What's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to my Motorsport Manager career mode. We're back here with event number 6 in this second F1 season for the German Grand Prix coming up. And at the end of the last episode, we just got our brand new engine that has been designed. So we continue on here and wait for our car to get fixed up from the last Grand Prix. We can get on with putting that new engine in the car, seeing what we can do for the next weekend. If you did miss the last episode, do go check it out. Really awesome episode, actually, in terms of results. Really, really solid. And it means now, I've given you enough time, so spoiler warning, that now we still lead the Constructors' Championship. So, doing pretty well for now, but obviously at this part of the season, this is where every other team kind of starts to pull ahead of us in terms of their performance, their true performance, because so far, in the first kind of 5 events, basically every team gets hampered a little bit with reliability issues. I think now is the time where they really start to get more reliable. So, we have our work cut out for us, but we'll see. But after a win today, what were you wondering? Any thoughts on Flores, thinking of working out in the future? Flores, obviously, I've kind of buttered Flores up a little bit before by just kind of not really criticizing too much, but I'm just gonna say she's an interesting driver. Anything can happen in Motorsport. Keep the morale kind of high. You can see it was 32%. It's now 37%. It's steadily going up, really. Obviously, she's a rival driver, so it starts pretty damn low. But I'm just going to keep... If these questions keep on coming, it seems like that's a repeating theme. I'll just keep being a little bit nice, because you never know. We may, wink, wink, try and maybe see what we can do at the end of this season. You never know, as I just answered there. Anything can happen in Motorsport. Anyway, let's move on and get these parts to a point where, there we go. Now I can actually look at the car and see what we're doing with it. So, new engine's here, so let's look at fitting that. Obviously, we need to go straight away on reliability, because that's 20%. So, all these are looking pretty damn good. Gearbox can take off. Rear wings looking... to be honest, everything's looking fine. So, let's just firstly add that on, and then let's go back through and review what we need to add here. So, 2 engines looking fine. Brakes looking fine. This front wing maybe needs some work, 67% only. Rear wings, probably a little bit of work. And suspension, probably a little bit of work. So that's fine. But I want to try and get this performance done if we can. So that'll be 6 days before the race. Right, you know what? Let's actually just change my mind. Let's take all this off. Going to get the performance done. Then I'm going to work solidly on the engine, you know, go all the way to here. And then we're going to move it back to everything else. We've also got a new sponsor, slot 4 and slot 6. Okay, slot 6 is Belima and Silvado. 12 races, 8 races, fixed payment. I'm pretty sure that ends up as... the more if we go with Belima, I think. Let me just quickly do my maths here. Yeah, we end up having more money. We just go with the upfront payment of 4 million. So we're going to go for that. That's a really nice cash injection straight away to the team. Slot 4, Bango and Eve. Not too great. I'm going to leave this for now. We'll see, because I think we could probably do better than 2 stars only for slot 4, because we've got a sponsor appeal of 4 stars. So I'm going to continue on. We're going to wait for the performance to get done, which will literally be in 2 days' time. Now I'm going to pause it here. Go back to the car, improve the parts. Right, now we just work solidly on engine reliability. That's 5 days after the race for 100%. So by the time we get to the race, hopefully it's around, 70%, where it's good enough. And then here we go. 3 stars, FWK. Again, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer and see what happens here. Also, forgot, let's design a new part. Let's get straight on that. So, what else do we need to improve? I would say... probably another gearbox, because gearbox comes up a lot for being crucial. And if we look at our gearbox, we can work on performance of this, but it's still a long way. But we may as well kind of jump ahead of ourselves and really try and work even more on it. So, let's see, 25 to max, 15 plus to max. That's going to be 152. The base stat is only 1460, so it's not actually that worth it at the moment. And to be honest, at this stage of the season, I'm looking for immediate impact. So I'm going to leave the gearbox, I think, because gearbox is maybe one of those things where we do risky parts for. I mean, we're nearly at halfway through the season. Probably next episode is when I start making risky parts. For now, I'm still looking at short-term gains for the performance. So because of that, I think I'm going to go for suspension, because that's the only thing we're lacking in terms of we're below the subpar average of the grid. So I'm going to work on that. What should we do? Plus 25 to max or plus 20 immediately? I'm going to do plus 25. I'm going to do plus 20 immediately, because that's going to be, straight away impact. Also gets iteration out of the way for later on in the season. That's quite a cheap part as well, so it doesn't really cost us too much. Right, so we're at the day for the German Grand Prix. We've got the engine at 65%, which is A little bit iffy. I mean, it's a lot better than the other engines we've got, so I do want to use it. So I think it balances out using that 65%, but we're getting such a big performance boost. So I think it may give that to Pernay because we do have the nurse perk, and I think we'll probably end up using it just for the engine use, basically. But in terms of our sponsor objective today, I think I'm going to go a little bit conservative, go third or above, not second or above. As I said also last time out, the argument is we're only gaining 100k, but it's one less position we have to get. So I think it's worth just going for that lower objective just to make sure we actually get the money rather than just losing it off one position more to get. In terms of strategy, pretty much usual. Tire is very low, so especially a place like Germany, it's just better just go with the softest tire possible. In terms of the parts, we're going to give, so Pernay, this new one. We're going to give Balcazar now this secondary one, so they both get an engine bump upgrade, basically. Obviously, as I said, Pernay's one gets a little bit less reliable, but that's fine. And in terms of everything else, I think I'll just keep it how it is. Pernay's happy, Balcazar's content. Obviously, Pernay won the last race, so want to keep the momentum swing going. She didn't win the last race. She won a race in the last episode, so I want to keep the momentum going. Obviously, the very last race we did wasn't amazing for us, but, want to keep that momentum going, and let's just see what happens. In terms of everything of the stats, drivers are looking decent. Looks like maybe some drivers are off form for this next upcoming Grand Prix, because one of you guys told me that it's actually quite relative to everyone else. So at the moment, going to the German Grand Prix, our drivers are looking the 4th best on the grid. So let's see. Our car's still a bit low, but remember, last season we were 10th. So I say it's a good improvement that we're 6th now. About a minute left to go here in Germany. Practice, very annoying actually, because it started off a little bit wet, so we got some inters running, then some dry, and now to end off some inter running to end it. So we'll end up with only level 1 on the soft tyres, level 1 on intermediates, and race trim level 2. Although, for someone like Pernay, it doesn't matter because we're going to put the nurse perk on, I think, just to make sure she can use that new, better engine. And then in Balcazar, I don't know, we may use the risk taker perk. I'm not too sure at this point, but a little bit of frustrating practice in that sense. But setup-wise, things should be okay. I think we've got, 2 excellents and a great for Balcazar and 2 greats and an excellent for Pernay. A little bit tricky to pinpoint exactly where they needed the setup. Took like 3 different attempts of bringing them back into the garage, but all in all, decent enough. And obviously, all the AI will, have the same struggles as I did, so they may not have the exact same perks they wanted. So it should hopefully mix things up. And as always, annoyingly, and also on a positive, it's a positive aspect as well in many ways. The race also heavily depends on where we end up on the grid. So let's check out where the random grid slot's given us, and then we can see if we can actually aim for that 3rd or above. Looks like it is raining actually, so maybe that 1 level of intermediate may come in handy. I'm not too sure, but we start. There we go. Yes, 3rd and 6th. That is good. That is good. So that's a positive start for us for the weekend. So slot wise, actually, let me quickly look. Can I deduce? Oh, okay. It looks like it's going to be raining for probably quite a bit of the Grand Prix then. So let's go for race trim, and I would say just intermediates, because Balcazar has got that perk of being good in the wet anyway, so adding on intermediate performance added onto that should be pretty decent. And then for Pernay, I think we have to go for nurse. I think it's the only way, because I want to get that engine to the end, so that's the kind of price we have to pay to have that upgraded engine so early on, straight away, as soon as it is made. In terms of the setup though, because it's looking like it may get dry, but I'm going to stick my drivers out on intermediates and just continue them on. But I think some of the AI cars may come in for dries potentially, or not. Either way, we're going to go long into the Grand Prix, I think. So fuel-wise, tyre choice, going to go on intermediates. I don't know why the game's telling me softs. Fuel-wise, I think we'll fuel out for at least 12 laps, I'd say. Let's go for a nice even 15 there. Nice even 15. Allows us to use some rich mix as well, but will get us comfortably into that region. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, let's just bang on about 16 there. Play a little bit safe. Allows us to stretch into the Grand Prix if need be. And also at the same time gives us flexibility to use rich mix to also maybe just make an earlier pit stop if we need to. So let's go for that. I have a suspicion that because the game told us to be on softs, that a lot of people might be on soft tyres at the start here. So let's check this out. Start the race. And, ooh, yeah. Yep, we're the only guys on intermediates. Okay, this may be very, very tasty. Let's go. Let's see how this works out. We go to 5 red lights to the German Grand Prix here in Munich. Let's go from 3rd and 6th on the grid. And it is a poor start from Balcazar. A great one for Pernay. She's up into 4th place. We go into turn 1 and 2. and then slowly, hopefully, we should feel the grip from our drivers, from our tyres on the intermediates, and we should be able to pull through in front. There we go, up into third, round the outside for second, and Pernay now through the jungle, or not jungle, forest, I couldn't think of the word, forest is in second place at the moment, hopefully up into first, down the inside, oh no, not quite, but around the final bend, round the outside for first place, there you go, but then you can see here, it's going to get drier, so maybe momentarily for 2 laps, everyone else may have a better time of it compared to me and Balcazar, Pernay and Balcazar in first and second place, but it is then going to continue to rain, and then we'll come back into our zone. So at the moment, I think we should go neutral, just to protect the tyre temps, because the tyre temps may climb up quite fast if the track is getting dry, as you can see right there. So our tyres may start to warm up here and lose performance. But, as I just said, let's just, you know, suck it up for 2 laps, and then we'll be golden. But at the moment, all purple for Pernay. But there you can see now, struggling as Balcazar falls down to 4th. Let's stay calm here on the engine, actually. Let's go medium fuel mixture and just go a little bit calm. Save some fuel, save some tyres, because we know it's going to come back to us eventually. So let's actually conserve tyre wear here, because we know it's going to get damper soon. And then we're going to be back into our own. So just nice and calm. We're down to 9th and 11th. That's fine. That's fine. Calm, calm, long-term plan. Long-term plan. Right, it's already starting to rain. It's already starting to rain. So we'll come back into this, I think. Right, it's starting to get damper and damper, and now Pernay is overtaken 16th place. Now she's getting a move on. Goes round down the inside for 14th place. Balcazar is trying to do the same in 17th, having a tougher time of it at the moment. But Pernay going well as we go through into the next sector. Can she get 13th place down the inside? Oh, look at that, down into the hairpin. Lovely stuff. Can she get 12th by the next corner? Oh, yes. Yes, I'm calling it correctly here. There we go. So around the final bend, she's up into 11th place. People still staying out on the dry tyres. Interesting call from them. Interesting call. To be honest, it looks like it's going to be 50-50 if this plan's even going to be kind of worth it, because our tyres are really quite wearing out, whereas everyone else obviously is going to be on fresh inters. But, you know, I had to go for it. In my opinion, it was the correct call right at the beginning. But, you know, maybe in hindsight, long term, it may be kind of 50-50 if it was the right call. But still going on the soft tyres for a lot of people. Very, very weird. Very, very weird. Right, we're down up into 5th place. This will be, and 6th for Balcazar. Our 2 drivers are picking apart these top drivers down the inside. Oh, Balcazar! Balcazar made a double overtake. She's up into 4th place now. She overtook Pernay and someone else. Now down the inside, up into 3rd. Pernay in 4th. These 2 drivers, our 2 drivers are actually trying to match each other in terms of passes made successful. Oh my God! Oh, they nearly went either side of 3rd place. This is becoming a very, very exciting race. Pernay in 2nd place, chasing down into 1st place now. Looking decent, but now the tyres are worn. So now's the time where I'm going to push like hell, and we're going to come in this lap. It's going to have to be a double stack, unfortunately, for both our drivers. But we're going to come in. Is it going to be raining for much longer? So, okay, so lap 6 to about, I would say, lap 18. We are probably going to have to come in around lap 19. So we're on lap so we're going to fill up for 4 more laps then. 9.54, yep. Pit strategy, I'm going to go for fast pit stop for Pernay. Try and speed this up so the double stack's not too much. I'm going to pit in Balcazar as well. Unfortunately, as I just said, we are going to have to double stack. So we need 9 laps. I'm going to add 10 laps for Balcazar because she does have a bit more engine wear, obviously, to push the engine that much more. And we'll go for the balanced pit stop for her, just in case. But this may be close. I think Hamilton in 7th on inters, who's been on inters for a while, I think we'll be battling him or her on the exit of the pits, maybe. Here we go. Doubles. Oh, double stack wasn't even that much. And it is a good pit stop. So, pushing out, and it is going to be 3rd place. Good stuff. And it's going to be, 5th place. So we slotted in right behind Hamilton. So I call that correctly. We got sandwiched, basically, with Hamilton there. So now we're going to keep it on pushing with Pernay. Medium fuel for her, though, because we can't wear out the engine too much. Whereas the Balcazar pushing the engine, pushing the fuel, and pushing the tyres, and we're going to continue on up into 4th. Nice. And hopefully she can close up to Hamilton there. Sharp has only just made her pit stop there from the medium tyres. Very strange call. And Pernay's up into 1st. Lovely. Love that. Right, Pernay's controlling this at the moment. She's being caught by Hamilton, who may just have a little bit of a better car at this point, but Balcazar is chasing Hamilton down equally, so it's looking decent. You can see Hamilton's going neutral and not really pushing the fuel, but still managing to keep Pernay quite honest. But Balcazar, meanwhile, minus 1.2 on the pace there, so looking decent. Engine wear is looking fine as well. So at the moment, looking decent. They're complaining about tyre deg, but that's fine because we're pushing it. It's fine at this stage. We can keep it like this. Right, sit rep, lap 16. Balcazar is navigating traffic with Hamilton. Meanwhile, Pernay did get held up by traffic. The gap went from 4.5 to 3, but now it's back down to 4.8, so I'm going to go low fuel because they're getting held up in traffic, and Balcazar still unable to make the pass. She's got the engine wear for it, so I'm going to say overtake mode. Her brakes aren't looking too great, though, but she's got some overtake mode in her, probably, so we'll try and push and try and get this second place put in. But basically, why I'm going low fuel with Pernay is I want to protect this engine as much as I can. And the gap's 4.2 still, so it's staying within a range of 4 to 4.8. So if it keeps doing that, I'm fine to keep her in low fuel, as long as that gap's consistent. And it's actually 5.1 now, as there's some traffic, and also Balcazar overtakes. So we're looking decent now. I'm happy to keep it like this. And also it just extends our stint a little bit to kind of call the transition phase over to dry tyres a little bit better. Meanwhile, Balcazar's now into second place, so she's going to continue to push on. I want her to pull up to Pernay, just so we can get that buffer gap. But I'm going to slow things down, pause it here. We've got a few drivers on the dry tyres. I don't know if it's quite yet time for the Inters. I'm not too sure. I don't think it's time quite yet. I have to pit one of these guys actually this lap because I don't want to double stack them. If Hamilton's not going to come in, we've not got Bergman in. Okay, so if these guys aren't going to come in, I'm going to pit in Balcazar now because she's the one chasing. So I'll pit her in for the undercut here. Going to go onto the soft tyres. 11 laps they say they'll go for. We've only got 7 laps left, so should be fine. So 7 laps remaining. So we'll fill up for 8.51 because we've got the engine wear for it. And we may need that if we are looking at the brakes. I don't know. How brakes is a 7-second pit stop. That's going to be a little bit iffy at the end there. Go for a fast pit stop as well. So we'll pit in Balcazar. We'll continue on now. And in this case, now, I'm going to go up into a high fuel mixture with Pernay. Attack the track. And so she's going to attack on her in lap. Whereas Balcazar's now pitting this lap. So please be a good pit stop. It is. It is a good pit stop. Right, pushing out. In 5th place. 6th place. Okay, a little bit of overtaking to do. Down immediately, up into 5th. We're going to pit Pernay now. Soft tyres. Fuel options. 6 laps remaining after this Grand Prix. I'll do bang on 6.0 because I'm not going to push the engine too much, obviously, because of the engine wear. We'll go for the fast pit stop as well. Seems to be working quite nicely. So, at the moment, losing some pace, obviously, because of the fact that track is pretty much bone dry at the moment. But equally, everyone else is going to lose some time behind us. So she'll come in now. Let's see which one end up being better. Strategy-wise, good. Some banging pit stops this race. Being really good pit stops. And Balcazar will just about come out ahead of Pernay there. So you can see the difference. The undercut did actually work. And the track was dry enough for those tyres to work out. But remember now, actually crucially, Pernay's got the chaser perk this entire time, remember. So Pernay will be able to maybe close up to Balcazar. I'm going to let them fight. So let's just see how this ends then. Let's see how this ends. Right, we're on lap 24, 2 laps remaining, and at the moment, Pernay is in 1st place, Balcazar is in 2nd, so they have swapped positions there, and at the moment, we're just trying to control the gap to 3rd, but we're looking decent for now for a 1-2. Park conditions a little bit iffy for Balcazar, so I think that's really why she's fallen behind a little bit. I'm trying to make sure we're still good on this engine. 47%, that nurse perk's really played in so well. And on the last lap, Balcazar's now finding some pace once more. So she may close up to Pernay. So this may be quite interesting on the final lap. Perhaps into the final sector. No, she's lost some time, though, in the 2nd sector. So it looks like we're going to come through, though. I think it's safe to say Pernay in 1st place and Balcazar will be in 2nd place. This has been a fantastic German Grand Prix. We come through the final bend, and it's going to be a 1-2 for Archer BMR at the German Grand Prix. What a fantastic way to kick off the episode. Absolutely awesome. 1-2, our first 1-2 in a while, really, in these episodes, I believe. So that is absolutely awesome. I think, guys, smash the like button. That has been great. First 1-2 in a while. Very, very happy with that. There we go, 1st place trophy in goal there and 2nd place. So it means in the Drivers' Championship, we are 1-2 in the Championship, 25 to 23 points there. Balcazar just edging Pernay by 2 points. And the Constructors, 48 to 32. It's looking decent at the moment. It's looking decent, but we still have a lot of work to do. A long season still yet ahead. So I'm really keeping my feet on the ground. I don't think we're going to be in this position come the end of the season. We need to seriously keep on improving the car. But I think at the moment, hopefully you guys agree, I think it looks like the short-term improvements to our cars are the way to go at the moment because it is working out quite a bit, and we just about break even on the money here, because look at how much we're spending. We've got 1.3 drivers. Obviously, the bonuses for the drivers counts a lot here. We've given them bonuses for when they win races and get second place potentially. So the bonuses play into it. Race mechanics, designer, headquarters and upkeep. You know, we're just about breaking even here. So yeah, it's a little bit close on the money, but our sponsors, our great sponsors, are giving us 4 million at a go, are helping out, keeping us afloat. And suspensions built, absolutely fantastic. It's been a great episode. A lot of stuff's been happening. Good stuff. Right. Gonna get the car repaired first. We're gonna quickly do this interview. Must respond. Wow. 1-2. That's a dream weekend for you. What's the secret? Clearly I think I perfected the strategy, to be honest. I think I did. Yeah, Balka's a little bit iffy on that, but I think that was a strategy well done there. So we're gonna move on. Car repair done. Here we go. Right. So, improving parts. Obviously, we're still working reliability, but now we've got this new suspension part that we can improve the reliability of. And in terms of performance, I'm going to remove this gearbox here. Going to add this suspension part on, and then we're going to do about 10-20 for now. Get that suspension up. That's going to be 29 minutes after the race, so that'll be pretty decent. Sponsors, slot 1, Play Sports, 7th or above. There's a 2.2 bonus, though. And do we have the British Grand Prix coming up? I believe we do. Do we not? Yeah, next race. Okay, let's go for that, then. Let's go for that. That'll be good for a pretty easy position to get. And in slot 4, we've still got no improvements on this front. So I think we may as well take FWK. Take this upfront payment of 1 million, because we could use it. So new sponsors on the car there. Where does FKW... I can't even see where it is on that car. Anyway... Right, new bit. What we're going to do now? Gearbox. Yeah, gearbox. Let's go for it. I said before, didn't want to go for it because it's not too much of a big gain, but let's just go for it. So, 20 to that and 25 to max. Yeah, that's a lot of potential on the gearbox, so let's build that. 1.15, yeah, confirm. Right, we've got a political vote coming up now for the GMA. So, points for the top 8. So, it's easier to score points. So, at the moment, it's for the top 5, I believe it was. Something I got confused of before. So, this will benefit progressive teams and will not benefit the traditional teams. In terms of what my opinion on is, I didn't like it at first. But obviously, now I'm sort of in the group of the traditional teams almost, because I'm there, performing there. And it gives more chances for when there's a worse race for a top team, they could still do okay and get some points. So, yeah, I've got kind of advantage and disadvantage for it. So, I'm just going to go for abstain, to be honest. I'm just going to go for abstain. There's 3 against and 2 for only at the moment. It's going to be interesting what these guys vote, but I'm just abstain. I don't really mind too much. So, let's just continue on, skip to the end. I know I do a lot of abstaining, but honestly, half these votes I don't really care for too much. And it's going to be approved. Okay, fair enough. So we're going to get points of the top 8. Don't mind that. That's going to be next season, though. So, yeah, it's fine. Decent. Don't really mind too much. Right, gearbox has been done. So that's all sweet and dandy. So we're going to get that straight on reliability. Take these off. Right. Where is it? Gearbox. Right, 40%. If I go to max, 6 days after... I don't know if that's going to be enough, but once again, we could give this to Pernay and use the nurse perk once again, because it worked really well, actually, last time, the nurse perk, using that. We may as well use Pernay's perk to our advantage there. So, let's see, travel to Cape Town. Is it going to be, what's the, 65%? We did the engine on 65%, did we not? So, I think we may use it again. But I'm going to add the brakes on once more. I'm going to now move this slider over to 1911 there. We're going to design a new part. I think I want to design brakes now. Brakes need some looking at attention to. So, what we're going to go for, plus... Oh, wow, these are some really bad iterations. I'm just going to do, yeah, -1 day. Just get that out of the way. I need some better ones upgraded by the good tier level. Right, race day for Cape Town. Cape Town was a horrible race for us last year, but we'll see how it goes this time. Fuel burn's low. Tyre wear medium. Should we go for it? Second or above? Should we go for it? I think so. I mean, if we do third or above, we're still gonna lose money somehow. So, yeah, we're gonna our costs are getting pretty damn high now. Ultra softs, yeah, gonna use plenty of ultra softs and a couple of softs. Right, coming up to the end of practice, you can see we've just gone over to level 3 on the Ultra Softs and the race trim. 2 excellents and a great for both drivers. Looking all good for practice. As I said before, though, once again, a lot of the time, you know, it's just going to be decided by the grid position on really how we're going to get on in this race, potentially. I'm really hoping that we're given another decent, kind grid position, but equally, I probably just jinxed it. No, I did not. Okay, decent. 6th or 7th. That's okay. I can work with that. We could do some good stuff from there. So, we're going to go for... it's not going to rain this race, is it? Doesn't look like it. It's going to be all sunny here in Cape Town. So, what I'm going to go for is race trim and ultra softs. Let's just go for the max performance we could get out of that. Race trim and... Well, for Pernay, I was going to say nurse perk. I think just in case we should just go for that. I think we should just maybe go for that. Just in case. Because that gearbox could be quite disastrous. Because if that does go, that's quite a long pit stop to do for a gearbox. So let's play it safe. Just like we did last last race with that. Ultra Softs are going to go for 11 laps. They'll probably only go 10 laps, I'd say. So if we just do 10, 10, 10, that'll be 30. So at some point we need to stretch one of these stints. It probably won't be this first stint, though. So in that case, let's go for... 13 laps of fuel, so we can use some rich mix there. And the same pretty much for Pernay. 13 laps. Obviously, the gearbox does get worn out a little bit, but not as much as the engine, depending on the fuel. Right, pushing as usual. That's worked out quite well for us as of late, and overtake mode. Right, let's see if we can get that second or above to even just break even on our sponsorship and our money. Here we go to 5 red lights to the South African Grand Prix here in Cape Town. 5 red lights are out, and we're underway, and it's a decent enough start, but again, we seem to get bogged down behind the car after an initial good start, but Pernay now through turn 1 and 2, she's up into 3rd, so very, very naughty start there, up into 3rd, looking good, looking good. Meanwhile, because I've only just realised she had a shocking start, she's done in 11th. What on earth have you just done there? And we're up into 2nd, actually. I'm going to do exactly what we did last time, which was push and neutral. That seemed to work really well for us. And I'm going to do the same for Balcazar. That seemed to... this kind of region, this exact strategy worked well for us last episode in terms of it was a nice compromise between fuel and tyre wear. Right, lap 4, still in 2nd place, but still crucially going green, but 3rd place is catching, so I may just go to pushing with Pernay for a little bit, because 3rd place is rapidly catching up on us, which is Flores. Meanwhile, with Balcazar, she's done 8th place, so I'll let her push as well. She's not really going anywhere at this point in time, but definitely it's going to be a trickier time to get a good result here in Cape Town than it was at Munich, but trying the best we can do, really. Right, I've got them both on overtake mode on the engine to really use it because we've got probably about 3 laps left until our pit stop and we've still got a bit more fuel. So I'm going to use that now, offset the kind of tyre wear kind of phase we have to do by going in neutral at the moment. But yeah, probably may have to pit around lap 9 that I sort of predicted perhaps. But it's good that now we're starting the overtake mode at the moment. You can see the pace is upping at the moment. So I think probably on this next lap I will pit in Pernay, because probably Sharp and Flores might come in this lap, I would say. So I'm going to push in, going to give it everything we've got. We certainly have to come in because the tyre wear is very crucial at this point. And there you go, you can see Sharp is going to come in. So we're going to pit in this lap. Ultra Softs, fuel-wise, we are going to go for... We've got 9, so we need to go 11 laps here, ideally. So I'm going to fuel up for 12.62. 12.62, 13 point... No, that's going to add 1 more second. No, let's go for 11.62. Let's go for the fast pit stop. Let's try it. And that's going to be that. For Balcazar, I think there's enough gap where she could pit in this lap. She goes around the outside for 5th place. Let's pit her in now. I think she's got enough of a gap to maybe also come in without the double stack really affecting her too much. So we're going to go for 14.76 laps of fuel because I want to really push her because she's a little bit further down, struggling a little bit in this Grand Prix. So we're in the pits. Please, can we get this done in time? Fast pit stop. Yep, no double stack needed. Again, another set of really good pit stops there. Another set of really good pit stops. Right, Pernay comes through into 1st place. We've made the overcut work. I mean, the undercut really, or really pinning the same time as Sharp, but not at the same time as Flores. It's worked. It's worked. So we're in 1st place at the moment. Continue like this now. Continue like this. Right, sit rep on lap 17, still in first place. Flores really keeping us quite honest. I'm playing around with the fuel level, high to overtake mode. We've got to conserve. I know the tyre temps look dead, but I need to really stretch this. I'm very serious about stretching this as far as we can go to around lap 20 at least. So we need to be doing this, but I'm trying to offset it with some fuel mixture. Meanwhile, Balcazar has been doing some absolute bits. The extra fuel I gave her is really helping her, and she's in 4th at the moment. She was down in 7th to 6th, so she's done a fantastic stint this time round. Pernay equally, though, staying in first place at the moment, doing the job that we need. Right, we lost some time there in traffic. We lost 1.8 seconds there in the traffic, so a lot of the blue flags getting a little bit annoying here. Now, Flores has really caught up to us, and we're getting very, very iffy, and we're going to have to make a pit stop. We have to make a pit stop. We can't go the distance there. Oh, do I strap on? See, the Ultra Softs, we perform well on the Ultra Softs, but they don't go the distance. Oh, right. I think we're going to have to risk it on the softs, on the Super Softs, even though we're going to lose that 15+% performance. I think we have to go on the Super Softs just to get to the end of this race. Fuel-wise, going to fill up for, we have 13 laps remaining. I'm going to fill up for 6, yeah, what's the fuel? Yeah, we're gonna put in a lot of fuel here and really burn it and really use it. Fast pit stop. Right, come on. Push in, push in. Right, comes in. Balcazar, you can continue on for one more lap. Oh, we have to go low fuel. Right, Balcazar's in. Pernay overtaking someone, so she's up into 6th. I don't know exactly where that is in connection with Flores. I think that may be... Flores still going, actually. Flores still going. But Balcazar out in 6th place, so just behind Pernay. So that's been good. That's been good. Right. You can notice that Balcazar's on Ultra Softs because I believe she could probably go to the end. I think she's got enough pace to be on conserve and overtake mode to actually make this last, whereas with Pernay, not the case. She's always had more tyre wear, so that's why I've put this different drivers on different tyres. Right, Flores has made the pit stop and out in first place on soft tyres though. Oh, that's interesting. Where is... wow, what a gap that is. What the hell? That's a crazy gap. That's an insane gap. What? Jeez. Right, Pernay's in 3rd, Balcazar 4th. So at the moment, just under our sponsor objective. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough here, I think. I think it's going to be a bit difficult to get 2nd place here. We've also got these stupid back markers who are really getting quite annoying. Here at Cape Town, back markers really have been an issue. They do lose you quite a bit of time around here because it's a very tight, twisting circuit. Right, final lap of the Grand Prix. Balcazar's tyres are absolutely dead, but we've got quite a big gap to the next car, so I'm hoping that she'll be still fine to come through for 5th place, literally at the edge of her tyres. But for Pernay, 3rd place, yeah, it's going to be 3rd place, I think. Cross the line. Yep, 3rd place, there we go. Unfortunate. Today just didn't have the pace. I think, you know, Cape Town. Oh, Balcazar, just at the end. Too audacious with the strategy there. It's going to be 3rd and 6th. I think Cape Town, obviously it was the bogey circuit for us last season. And again, just showing we just don't like this circuit, it looks like. I think it's a real performance for the car. It really shows the performance of the car, compared to Germany. Obviously, also at Germany, we've got a little bit, you know, we use the rain to our advantage there. But still decent enough. We still get points with Pernay there. Unfortunately, Balcazar does not get 2 points for 5th place for her. So that's going to be 4 points coming away. Get 3rd place bronze trophy. So in the Drivers' Championship, Flores swings right back into the lead by 1 point to Pernay. Pernay now for the first time ahead of Balcazar by 2 points there. Constructors-wise, we're still 10 points ahead of Steinman. So all in all, can't complain too much about that episode. But you can see what I mean. It is not going to be as easy as it was in Germany to keep these performances up. But we're getting there. Just you know, there's circuits like Cape Town where the tyre wear is ridiculously high. Obviously, is something that we're not good at because obviously we like to use all the tyres we want. But we lost nearly 1 million there just because of how costly our team is at the moment. So we're still okay on money. If that continues, we may be a little bit shaky at the end of the season. But yeah, for now we're okay. But yeah, that's been a pretty decent episode actually. All in all, you know, got 1-2. We can't forget that. Got the 1-2, and we're still leading the constructors. So all in all, actually, I've got to be quite happy with that. So guys, if you did enjoy the episode, smash the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. New around here, and subscribe for weekly 4-1 content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the day, and I will see you guys next time.